think it's almost dried up. There we go. A little more focused. There. Can you tell I did my hair today for you? I hope you like it. All right. I think I'm ready. Just 1 second. Whoa. I can see things like it's the first time I've ever seen them and stuff. Old friends, they gather around me again and again with their questions. They ask what's become of me, so I pretend not to notice their facial expressions and just focus on the blood that circles my organs. What am I gonna do with my time? What have I done with my life? Do I have any bloody bugs hanging or anything? Like any felonies? No? Okay. Now you've been smiling like a mountain against the ocean. You've been dying more and more every day, yet you manage to stay, and you proudly spit at your own feet as you step to the street for the melodies of your daily routines or your weekend retreats. But what am I gonna do with my time? What have I done with my life? Oh, my big head I'll keep held above solid water. Yeah, my future looks bleak, and it's a pounding that's coming from deep inside of me. Everyone wants to to grab that attention as long as they can before the end comes and knocks us off the nearest horizon. What am I gonna do with my time? And what have I done with my life? What am I gonna do with my time? And what have I done? What have I done? What have I done with my... Something like that. I just, for some reason I thought about that song, and yeah, I wanted to play it. And then the story gets better. I picked up the guitar and I played it. Where are my glasses? No, that's not them. That's not them. I'm blind without them. Oh, I can open my eyes. Oh, there. Okay, that's better. Oh, hey, everybody. Got to rehydrate. I got my new card in the mail. If you can see it, it's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sending it to me, everybody. I know it wasn't cheap. This was actually buried with one of the pharaohs, and it was a proof that the creator of Batman copied this from an ancient Egyptian tomb, thus cursing us all to an eternity of damnation and hellfire. So now that I have the proof, I can take it to the authorities and get this to a museum as fast as possible where it belongs. Other than that, everything's going pretty darn good. You're all so silly. You're so silly. See? I've been working on stuff. It's been kind of it just kind of comes to me. What is that? Natalia? Well, Natalia? What's your last name, darling? Armas. Okay. Natalia Armas. Hello. Natalia. Natalia. Been working on that song for about 17 years. And I've been trying to get that belch out for 14 years. You do the math. The electric. You asked for it. Golly gosh darn dang. Somebody finally asked for it. And they're gonna get it. Get over here. Let's do this. Yeah. Exactly what you were talking about. Oh, it's like I have 17 electric guitars, and I have 25 amplifiers, but I have no power in this place. It's all candlelight. It's all torchlight. There's small children everywhere holding candles. It's very dangerous. The place can go up in flames any second. It's let's just say it's not up to code. Other than that, things are great. They forced me to say that. They don't give us chocolate milk. I ask for it every 3 hours. I ask for chocolate milk. Hello, Natalia. I just sang a song about you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like that. I like the way you. I like the way that you pronounced that because I could hear your voice through the texts, the lippy texts. I'm proud to say that I can read lips through text. King, King, can I call you King? Cat, well, hold on a second. Let me see if I can figure your name out. Castro. Okay. Let's do this. Casio. Hold on. 16. Let's do the vibration. The variation. Bring it down a bit. Yeah. Right. Let's go. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, getting kind of funky there. That's like future music. It's definitely, you know, I feel like Marty McFly when he's in the auditorium and he makes up this song for Chuck Berry to hear over the phone, and he learns that Chuck Berry hears every single word and hears every single note and knows exactly how to write it. And it doesn't hurt the future at all. It doesn't create any sort of black hole paradox or anything like that. That's what I'm trying to emulate. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to the future with my music. But it's hard when all I've got is organic material matter with strings attached. It might as well be chicken bone and cat gut. It's not how I usually fly. But when I fly, I soar. And I'm sore from last night, that's for darn sure. I'm still sore. Sore. I had nothing to do with what happened on the shore last night. Don't Google it. You'll only make yourself sick. There was a song my mom used to sing me to sleep with back when I was about 15 years old. Yeah, I was a late bloomer. Yes. But she used to sing it in quite a way that put me to dream, put me to sleep, put me down for the night, that sounds wrong. She didn't put me down. There was a needle. She would just stick it, there was a little hole in my neck. She would just put the thing right in there and just plug it with whatever, she called it poison, but I called it learning juice. And that's how we all got along. It was the 80s, everyone was doing it. You might as well be, you succumb to everything, even the Pop-Tarts had poison in it. And that's when they just started regulating poison and wondering how people are so sick these days and all that stuff. I wonder what's in the food, right? What's in the water? It's a long, hard road out of hell, my friends. And I'm happy that I'm in your company to go there and back. There and back again. Like a bunch of bloody hobbits. Dancing naked in the Shire. Oh, Sam. Oh, Sam. Oh, shoot. It was it's not what they were supposed to... Cue card? Yeah. Let me read the part. After the Bilbo... Yeah, after the Bilbo bag. Thank you. The next... Turn the card over. Okay, there we go. Thank you. And now for something very interesting. How do you say that? Ukulele. Cue card boy is not holding them up right, but dude, I'm gonna Yeah, but so far so good. I just picked this one up from the Greyhound today. It was lost, and now it's found. Oh shit. Oh. Get with it. Take it out on the fans. Oh. Sorry about that. Didn't know that that one was going to hit me so hard. Ugh. I ugly cry every time I tell a very bad joke. It hurt. It cripples me. I think I cracked a rib there. Yes, call the doctor. Please, run, please. You son of a... He slowed down at the end. Did you see that? You son of a... Oh, gosh. I'm alone in this room, by the way. To me. Oh, God. Thank God this is a dress rehearsal. Oh, we're live. We are live. This is a ukulele. The name stands for a flea, a dancing flea who flirted with the volcano in the middle of, well, I'm not supposed to say, but let's just say that they were having the dance with the cosmos, and elbows and hips were involved. It's very colourful. There was a lot of friction. The tectonic plates shifted, and there were great tidal waves across the entire world in one night. And then after that, it was all gone, and we started over. And before we knew it, we were back into this. We were the first time we got into this mess. But then we overcame it again, and oh, that's right, we repeated history and fell backwards for several millennia. We're so smart, but not smart enough to be smartful. That's the truth, everybody. I do apologize. I'm not supposed to be here today. It's not my job. It's my job to be the funny guy, you know, to be funny, to be more like funny looking. That's why they chose me. That's why they're all staring at me, especially the producers. Of two-way mirror glass. That Pink Floyd song nailed it, by the way. Such a gap. It's impossible to think outside the box when they're sitting there staring at me with their lab coats on, their giggles. It's been a long, hard road out of the hood, out of hell. But like I said, the one thing that through is the fact that I'm gonna be rich someday, and that I'm gonna have a lot of money and gold. At least that's what they keep telling me. Bastards. I love you. I'll just turn their back for Terry. Terry, are you there? Are you listening? Where are you, Terry? Yeah. Terry, over. You don't have to say over, Terry. I can hear you just fine. And we do this all the time. You don't have to say over. We're not in the army. It's just, we're at a base in Antarctica that reminds me of the moon. Don't know what... Where are you, Terry? What are you doing? I'm slipping in between dimensions as we speak. Sorry. What are you doing? Not drawing? Oh, that's right. It's called Storie Grubb Draws. Damn it! This isn't the music one. I also have Storie Grubb Sucks at Music, and I thought that oh god, the lines crossed again. What's going on? Oh shit! Oh god, damn! Oh god! Oh damn it! Oh, oh geez whiz! Sorry, folks, for the language. I just don't know what kind of language I should speak anymore. I don't know where I live, but I know that I love you. I do. So, anyways, let me get closer and read some of these dirty, nasty little comment. Oh gosh, a deal is a deal. What did I call you? Sabotage. I gave everybody nicknames, and I'm gonna call you Sabotage. Today, before I came on to the live feed, I fixed my hair. Or it fixed me. But I burned some off back here in order to make room, and hopefully it'll plant, it'll encourage other hairs like follicles to grow bigger and better. I think that's how burn, like scar tissue, works and stuff like that. I'm working on it. It's my face and head are a work of fiction right now. I'm trying to non-fiction head right now, but it's not working. It's not working. It's the last thing I gotta fix, because after that I'll fit right in. I'll fit right in with all the normies out there. I'll slide right in. I'll take notes, and then I'll share it with you guys, and then we'll all be rich. We're all gonna be so rich. So, what? Huh? Meme? Did I see Meme? Can you say what? Water bottle? What about water bottle? What are you talking about? Meme's asking about a water bottle. Oh damn. Oh, I don't have the answers, but I know I'm not a water bottle. I know I don't have a cup, but a bottle all day. That was beautiful. Thank you, Meme. Thank you, Meme. You really know how to get in there, and you know how to dig under the heart valves and really just climb under there, and then come bursting out at, while everybody eats dinner and stuff, and it's crazy. Nobody knows what to do, and you just fly off the table into the vents on the ship, and then the whole plot thickens. But still, that's what it sort of reminds me of, is tugging at the heartstrings. Sabotage. You did not mean. Wait, what? Don't be sorry. Looks like it's just you. I'm used to it. It's my life. Consider this more of a, like, just some kind of record, right? It's more of a record of what it was like to exist, right? No. It's just that I was always trying to make sense of stuff, and I'm hoping by the time I turn 99, which is actually 17 hours from now, I'm gonna learn that life is actually quite precious, and that you can't drink the blood of your enemies forever. You've got to start drinking water out of bottles, that sort of stuff, It's important if you're gonna try to turn 1,000 years up. Well, I just gave way too much away. I just gave way too much away. But seriously, if you're invited into your house, I will let you be able to go. There we go. There we go. And we'll do it together before. And like I said all the time, it's just a matter of showing love and respect, and giving back what you took, kind of stuff, from the world, and putting that kind of energy back into it. And that's how you can, like, change things and stuff for the better, by wishing for clouds and watching them come down with rain inside of them. Sometimes the rain is poison. You gotta run for your life. But most of the time it's not. And you can drink it right out of the sky. God, I love that song. Drink water from right out of the sky. Drink, I drink water right out of the sky. I'm not afraid, no more, dear daddy. I'm not afraid to drink that water right out of God's eyes. Thank you. You know, it's important to remember. No, but it is. It's important to remember stuff if you can, because remembering stuff is half the battle, and it's how you learn how to be a better person yourself. Because sometimes you don't know who you are until you make mistakes. So just don't be so hard on yourself if you make mistakes, because life is about making mistakes. That's how we learn. That's how we progress as people, citizens, and as Martians. Not Martians, but Earthlings, or whatever they call us nowadays. I'm not even sure anymore. I don't want to offend anybody. But I do want to get my point across, which might come out kind of rude and obnoxious and downright goofy sometimes, which doesn't even matter because everything you watch all the time anyway, everything and everyone is goofy. You know, that kind of BS. I'm not trying to be mean, but still, come on. If they're going to tell you what to do, then you got to say, "How are you? Who are you? And how are you telling me who you tell? Why are you telling me stuff? Why are you telling me what to do? And who are you?" Just don't be afraid to be yourself. Be creative, think outside the box, and stick up for the little guy, the underdogs, and never punch down. Never make fun of people who are without power in this world. Always punch up. Fight bullies. Fight bullies in the playground with my brothers, Wyatt and Jesse. Wyatt. Wyatt was my name. Yeah. I sure do like music. Y'all ever think about that? How important music is? Somebody's writing stuff. Earthy. See, that's what we're called. That's what we're called these days. We're called earthies. 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 We're called earthies now because that's what I wanna be called forevermore. Hold the cue cards up, dude. There you go. Thank you. Hold the cue cards up, dude. No, not that one. I just said that. But, oh gosh, it gets confusing with the cue cards sometimes. I'd rather just go off the cuff, but there's a whole story that I'm supposed to follow and everything, pun intended, because I said follow, but all that stuff. Oh, it's out of tune. Hear that? So, let's try this. Oh gosh. I was going to sing a song about a friend of mine that I had once, a long time ago. He was a soldier in a war that should never have been fought, in my opinion. And I'm talking about the Great War of 1617 in the halls of Denmark, where there were tunnels that led to the pyramids of Egypt. It wasn't our fault. We were so young, we didn't even have a choice in the matter. We had to fight. or we were to die, and our families with us. But we came out on the other side, even though everyone we loved and that we knew died. And we went side by side together for several centuries, until the very last one, in which we didn't have so much fun, to be honest. It was scary. It was terrifying, but we were together. He was my friend. And he was my rival. He was a guerrilla artist. He was far more courageous than I. I didn't have a choice in the matter. It was the 80s. Everyone was doing it. Not me. I stayed in when they went out. They went to the subways. They went into the sewers. They were doing it on buildings, on the sides of boxcar trucks and stuff, you know. On hedges. They're just doing murals on hedges in the dark at night. How did they do that? They're doing it upside down in the dark. Off bridges, trestles, all sorts of stuff. Railroad cars. Oh, gosh. But not me. I stayed home where it was safe, where I had plenty of paper and a nice comfy couch to sit in, and I doodled the night away. Meanwhile, my friend, my rival, well, I lost touch with him. We fell out of touch. That's pretty much. But then, one day, oh my God, one day, I'll remember the end of that story. I do miss him. Quite a much. Quite a much. Sabotage? Gonna be about 7 days to live. 7 days to live. You've got 7 days to live. 7 days to live. 7 days to be alive and say weird things in front of people. 7 days until we're all gonna die. Last night I had a dream about Nah. I'm just stupid and goofy and stuff. I don't even know what. See, I've only been on here for half an hour, and I think I thought I was gonna draw for a minute, so I think I might draw now that it's been a half an hour. That was just the prelude. But now I gotta figure it out without hurting your guys' feelings, because I gotta move the camera. And if you're on a psychedelic or something like that, it's really gonna throw things off, because it's really gonna uproot you in your comfort zone, and I don't want to have anything to do with that at the end of the day. But sometimes you gotta peel the band-aid off kind of slowly in order to feel alive. I mean, pull it off quick, but in order to. What is pain? Come with me, won't you? What is pain? Pain. What does pain have to do with it? Everything it does. 'Cause I'm a little chicken. Shh. I'm gonna move you. Sorry that my face looks like that. Oh, my face has been through the ringer ever since the day I was born. Hold on. I'm gonna mute it. That way, if I don't want it to blow your eardrums out, just give me 1 moment here. Mute. Is it dynamite stick, or is it the naked man, or is it the swirly? Do it twirly. Can't be the microphone, because that means amplifying my voice. I don't know what to push. Let's try the megaphone looking boner dog. Cerberus Rex bonerhead. I don't even know what the hell. Okay. I think, therefore, I am. I think, therefore, I want to be. Okay, is that better? Can everybody hear and see and feel? Hey, Earthy. Thank you for the nice words. Should I name that right now? My next. What do you mean? What do you? I didn't. I missed some messages. I'm sorry, sabotage. I can't keep up with the messages sometimes because usually my eyeballs don't work, and I don't have the capability of daydreaming out loud anymore because even I don't believe in myself. I don't know what or who, mostly who I am from one moment to the next. And it drives me right off the caboose. It just puts me in some kind of little black hole, with this, it's a swirling pool of ravens and crows. A birdie, they call it in prison, but that's a whole new meaning in prison. It's, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about art and the meaning of life. You know what the meaning of life is, right? It's going to be about 7 days. Yo, that's the last thing we said. That's exactly right. I like thinking about the toast in the morning. I'm like thinking about people walking their dogs down the side alley, the lily sidewalk alley, diagonal alley. It makes me happy to think about people living their lives and being thoughtful and being helpful to others and not expecting too much out of people and loving your neighbor. I get excited to think about that kind of stuff. I like to think about people sitting on their couches and their kitty cat comes up and it lays on their lap and they start petting the kitty cat. And then the little kitty cat bites them because it's overstimulated and then it runs away and everybody laughs and stuff. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I love thinking about it. It makes me happy. And for Dawn's sake, I am not gonna keep my feelings hidden anymore about it. unless unless somebody tells me to, because I'm a little coward. You know what I mean? That's when somebody would say, "Jelly bean, go watch it, please." What of it? Oh, okay, I got you. I didn't understand your comment. I'll go watch it. Right after I'm done here. I'm just really bad about doing things because as soon as I turn this off, my brain I turn into somebody else, and that person that just wants to go into my bedroom and crawl under my bed and fall asleep for 8 hours and days and weeks on end and just hibernate, so to speak, because it's only every 32 years that I can come out anyways for 27 days. And the last week of those 27 days is the worst. The craving is just, it's, oh my God, it's unstoppable. It's insatiable. But I love it. I do love the thrill, the challenge, the determination, the responsibility of, being in charge of not murdering an entire village for their blood. If I can get through the winter, so to speak, the winter, then I can practically get through anything without, drinking too many people's blood. I've got to drink a few. But you understand what I'm saying? Just drink responsibly, people. That's all I'm trying to say is drink responsibly. Know your limit. That's what great granddaddy vampire father figure told me once. Know your limit, you prick. That's what he called me, except most of the time he called me little pricks because of my teeth. Because he said that I had little fangs. He said that they were little, and so he called me. They said little pricks. friends when she said that, and they laughed at me. Across the street, peeing on my bike. My ever-loving destiny. Does anybody want any tea? I've got some tea. I've got some biscuits. I've got paper. I've got biscuits. Did I say biscuits? Pretty sure I did. Is everybody ready to be coming over this weekend for the grand finale? For the grand finale party? Don't let anybody know that you're coming. Keep it to yourself. And come to the address that is plastered all over the description, and the link is in the description as well, as usual. Description is filled with wonderful, wonderful knowledge that you can take home with you for free. It's a deep philosophy that I call an empty philosophy. These days, there's no such time for subject matter. It's just content. Can't even say content like 3 times without messing it up. Do you see what I mean? Do you see where we're headed? People are so desperate for anything, for anyone, to come out of anywhere, that they'll lay down their lives in front of them without knowing how much and how important they themselves really are in the long run. It is all of you that have the power to change the world. But it's true, especially if you're young. Late success. It's a great see in the dark, and we have invisible skin. Move through alleyways and hospital rooms like cats. Meow. I was born into a coven of cats. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I was. Nobody thought it was a thing, but I showed them the pictures and they shut the hell up. My nickname was Kitty Cat Fat Man for 57 years until I was able to shed a few pounds, and then they just called me Kitty, which is still kind of insulting for how much I had done up until that point, but it was better than Fatty Kitty Cat Man. Oh, shoot, sorry. You're supposed to be looking at what I... Oh! There we go. I was just drawing a flower. Because I love flowers. And they fit in everywhere. My favorite gift about being an artist, to be honest. You know, those minds. Thought. Philosophers. You could tag long enough to anything. Philosophers is actually pretty the best one. .com. Enjoy. Up next, your local news. You ever feel like you're just living inside of a black hole, everybody? Nothing shy of a genius, of a janitor. How do you? Is that how you say janitor in Russian or something? Like nothing short of a genius or a janitor. I don't understand. Hi, Luna. Did you see what that person did? They just called me a janitor, a short, fat janitor. I don't know why somebody. I mean, I only had the camera on me for 20 minutes. That's not enough to see. To know that. Now I want to know who that is because they know too much. And wait a second. Hold. What? Hold on a second. It doesn't say that. It does not say that. It says, nothing you can say or do will change my mind about you. I know what you did last summer. What the hell? Wait, no. Wait, hold on. There's another wait. Hang on, everybody. God damn it. Oh my god, there's a bull. Oh, shit. Hold on. Black Mirror says, oh, nothing shy of a genius. Holy crap. Well, that's probably the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. I don't know where I got that other stuff just now. That was weird. But I sincerely appreciate that genius comment, so to speak. I laughed through my nostrils. I'm sorry, folks. Only when I'm giddy. For giddy is the one that is giddyful of life. Pity is the one that feels like he's like the poor me of the bunch. And then there's the daddy, and the mama, and there's the dog, and probably some kind of Squirrel Nut Zipper song playing in there somewhere that I can't remember the name of. But I'm giddy about it, no less. Let's see here. Salutations, sunbeams. And Emhan, hi. Staying cool. Oh my god, it's freaking hot out here in the garage. It's actually been really hot, but today was actually kind of cool. But, you know, I'm kind of used to especially when I'm out here doing this, because I don't want the fans to make so much noise. I'm sure Therma's going to come on here any second anyways, the water heater. But, it's pretty hot out here. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a little fat, artistic, creative little pig. Who let the bacon out? I am the son of the bacon man, bacon in the sun. We cannot stand it anymore. Going west to the Pacific shore. Do you guys listen to Balavalin? Donovan's little brother, Balavalin? Everybody underneath the sea is going to look and dance with me. We look like each other. I am everyone. They look like me. We're having fun. On the ocean floor, far away from the shore. Where daddy made us do chores. See what I mean? How it just like flows. It's pretty amazing. I guess the G word is kind of, and it kind of does sum me up. I'm a gaggle of geese over here. I'm a gaggle of geese. I like the name Denise. It took me too long to say that. Improv. You know what I don't like about people is that do improv in those like places is how much they suck. It's like how much they suck. I don't like when people suck. It's not becoming of them. It's like, come out the gate swinging or get off my lawn. You know what I mean? Just mow it first if you can. If you got legs, mow it. God dang it. But get off my lawn right afterwards, please. All right. Other than that, everything's going just fine. But I can't sit like this very much longer. One second. Holy shoot. On my boot. Oh my gosh. Hi. We came into this town like an everyman. Walked right out from the woods like there was nothing left to change. And what would we find? Terror on the tongues. Oh. Sorry, I haven't played this in a long time. Now wandering inside this old saloon, talking with my friends and releasing poisonous balloons into the sky. And when we unwind, what would we find up in the light of hay? It's a song I wrote for my mom back when I was like 6. It's pretty cool. This was one I wrote when I was 7. Mother, there's demons all around me. Demons everywhere, mother. Under my bed, in my closet, coming after me. Demons, bad guys, boogeyman in the dark. Everybody's coming upstairs to laugh at me. Hello everyone, you look pretty good. I've been sick so long. There's a ghost clinging onto my soul, and I'm gonna kill you all. Don't come closer, look in the closet, don't look under my bed. The ghost is gonna come out of my mouth, he's gonna hit you in your goddamn head. The ghost in my soul, he's pretty vicious and violent, he's gonna get you all. That's right, there's a God in my heart, and it's angry, and looking for revenge, or what he calls justice. Alright. And then I think there's like a part where I do a quick costume change. And I come back and I'm like, hey everybody, how's it going? You know? And I'm like, what happened the other day? What did I miss? And oh, I just got back from clown school, the office. Oh gosh, the clowns, they threw a pie at me, but I dodged it. I got better. I fulfilled the arc in the third act. I did something important with my life. Oh God, look at me. God, kidding. What have I become? I'm 99 years old. Just graduated clown college. I won't take it off. I won't. Goodbye. Just kidding, I'm back. Do you hear how it changes my voice? It makes me think like But I was also thinking about trimming my nails. But that's kind of gross. Like, one of you might kind of get off on that, but the 99 majority of you probably would gag. Because it's one of those things that's visceral. When somebody's trimming their nails, it's like you can almost smell it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah, that wasn't the best way to sit down. And then my mom came in the room and gave me the best thing ever, and it was a toy. And it was Raphael. He was the Ninja Turtle, and he was my favorite. And he had these little size. Where is Raphael? I'll show you guys. I'm not lying. I don't think I'll get copywritten for this. This is my Ninja Turtle suitcase. Yep, here he is. Here's Raphael. This is the original action figure from like '88 or something. With the original Sai, I still kept one of his Sais. I played with him so much, he was my favorite, and like, he's all scuffed up and stuff. Raph. A little too Raph, if you ask me. The mustache? I love the teeth, and I love the mustache. I don't know if I can get copywritten for that. Showing the turtles. But I have the original Leonardo as well. And the original Michelangelo. And then I just got like other characters. Like I have a Donatello, but he's like in a trench coat, like a detective or a PI or something like that. I got Pookie, Baxter. This dude's pretty cool. It's funny. Got my grandpa's teeth. Who would have thought? Still got a little bite at them. I only ever use those to check if the gold that my fans send me is real or not. If the gold disintegrates into little fluffy niblets, then you know the gold is not real. It's worth eating still, putting in your cereal and stuff, but definitely not gold. Otherwise, the teeth will give off a different tone, a different frequency when it spots and sinks its teeth into the right kind of gold, which I love as much as I do mustaches. Been working on the mustache right up here. I got like underneath my hair right there. I'm growing one up here. That way the doctors can replant the one. Because your forehead is just free real estate most of the time. Just, hey Ninja. Ninja knows what's up. He was there when I first got the hair beams like burned out the first time. And that's what created this spark of artistic creativity. I promise. I had never lifted a pen in my entire life. Well, not with the act of or the intention of creating art. It was only about 2 weeks ago I drew my first drawing, and I discovered something that was dormant inside of me. Not only could I draw, but I learned how to go back in time. And so I used the power that I learned from opening the and gravity against itself in such a way that I created an oblivion black hole. Is the term I created, an oblivion black hole, which allowed me to go back in time until about a year ago and start this channel up a little bit more than it already was, and really amp it up and really start teaching humans, earthlings, the earthies, the importance of love and art and the creative spark and being a genius or genius. Guinness. I almost poked my eye out. I'm so happy these are real. We have the power to change the world with our. I did that once with the ones without lenses, and I didn't. I had to. It took weeks for my eyes to grow back. After about a week of being blind, I learned something too. That I was very insensitive to blind people for telling all those blind jokes before that. I just didn't understand that. When people said we were blind, I didn't believe them. I mean, I just didn't believe them. I would trick people. I would prank them. I didn't believe them. It was the 80s. I didn't even know people could be any kind of different. But they were really blind, and I killed many people. And I evaded justice for a very long time, and that's why I am trying to be a better liar every day. It's important, if you're going to be on the internet, to lie. To lie as much as you can, baby. Because Daddy's coming home. I promise, Daddy's coming home. See, I don't even have kids. I don't have a child. There's nobody tied up in my basement. Let's talk about something else. Clown college. Where to begin? Well, we can say the first thing it was kind of interesting because when I went in the doors, I threw open the doors and everybody was already there, even though it wasn't even supposed to start until 8:30, and it was only 8:15. And of course, all the freaking clowns are dressed up. Nobody told me that I was supposed to dress up on my first day. And I open the door, and all these clowns are looking at me. There's an elephant shitting right in the middle of the church, right in front of me. And I'm like, what is going on here? And so the elephant is shitting. Everybody's looking at me, and they start laughing because I'm not even dressed up. All I have is the goddamn nose. So I whipped it out and put it on my freaking face, and nobody believes me. They all stop laughing. The elephant stops pooping. The elephant turns around and faces me, and it says, "Welcome to hell." And I wake up, and I'm like, wait a second, that was just a dream. And then and as I'm like rolling over, there's a face, and it's like, "Hi, good morning." I'm like, "Oh God, no!" One of those, just one of those days. It's one of those lives, my friends. It's one of those lives. I mean, personally, I would rather just like stay in my dreams. I don't know, because I mean, in my dreams, at least dragons are real, and I can tame them. I can become the dragon. You weren't supposed to see that, but my hair was supposed to be pulled back. I have a ghost that does my. Oh, if it was bigger, I could catch it, because I can usually catch things in my mouth pretty good, like this, for example. Watch this. Oh. If somebody, I worked in kitchens. I don't know if you've ever seen the Blues Brothers, but there's a scene when Jim Belushi, or I'm sorry, John Belushi, and Elwood are in the restaurant, and it's like the best scene. It's the best scene ever. I really. Anyways, I gotta go write the new Harry. I got a job working for the people that are doing the new Harry Potter series, as somebody pointed out. I think it was Fart Nuggets. Um, I got a job. They saw my podcast yesterday where I was talking about. I did a huge review on the first 17 seasons of the new show, and they were like, "How did you know so much about it?" And I was like, I guess I have a little friend called Fart Nugget, and all I had to do was what I do is I get a pool, I get a bucket or like a bowl of some kind, preferably ceramic. I don't like Tupperware plastic that much, but glass ceramic works better because it actually is a better insulator for what your memories are going to be feeding out of. But you have to sit. I sit there with a bowl of water, and I gently shake it to where it like is making the movements like the the dinosaur in Jurassic Park. I forget its name, Teddysaurus or something like that. And and so there's like little ripples in it, and that's when I see the future. And I wrote, I guess I didn't mean to go that far, but I was only supposed to do like one season, but it hasn't even been written yet, and they were surprised because I nailed it, because that's exactly what they had been talking about, the first 17 seasons, and I, I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. I just got high thinking about all the money and glory, and now I'm gonna just be able to finally get out of Antarctica. I've been stuck in this room for 37 years, and it literally hurts to be alive. But I'll get over it. I just gotta do it. I just gotta exercise. I gotta find time to exercise. Oh yeah, sorry guys. Hey, Fart Nugget. That was my next question. Who's tied up in your? Oh, in California, as somebody pointed out, California is a shithole or something like that. But yeah, California, I don't think it even exists anymore. It's an idea. It's a concept. It's a radical free area. It's a dumpster fire, according to some people. So, and I tend to believe with most people, no matter how much it goes against what I truly believe in and know to be in my bones and blood. Because I want to fit in, and I'll do anything it takes to go with the flow, to be a follower, to think inside the box. to desire mediocrity. That's where I need to be. I strive. That's where I feel. That's when I feel alive. Is when I blend right in. And then I'm gonna take it over from the inside. Damn, I can feel my muscles are burning. Yeah. I'm 45 going on 95, friends. Hey, vegan. You feel me? Believe me? This was my... Who's tied up in the basement? That's funny. You never tie people up in your own basement, but... Yeah, like, what's it called? Black Phone or something like that? What was that movie? Dark Phone? You get an entire house across the street or something like that, and you have your brother stay upstairs or something. What the heck? It's a weird movie. But that is good advice, vegan. You always gotta... That right there is called thinking outside the box. Some of us some of us got it and some of us don't. That's very true, Terry. That's very true. Yeah, I know. That's why I said it, Story. I wasn't trying to pick a fight. Well, you got one, you son of a... No, you can't say that. Not now. I know you said the F word and the S word a moment ago. What, shit? Yeah. You just said that a little bit ago. Or maybe it was Story. No, it was you. No, it wasn't me. Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. God dang it. Where are you anyways? I don't see the cameras. I'm everywhere you do want to be, Story. I do. You're everywhere I do want to. You're every, what? What? I'm everywhere you want to be. I want a knee. Be. It's the speaker. It's failing. It's not that great, okay? It's like a drive-thru at McDonald's. Come on, dude. Use your imagination. Oh, B. Okay, I got you. No, I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down to me. Oh, gosh. But what are you here for? What are you talking about? Why are you pushing my buttons? I was going to tell you that you need to drink some goddamn water. I could figure that out on my own, Terry. Plus, I've got friends here, and I'm sure that they would have told me that I needed to drink some more. Maybe, but they know what it's like. Being a sad clown in a city full of a-holes. You don't have to live there. What, in this room? You put me here, you don't let me out. What do you mean I don't have to? You live here by choice. Can't do my voice with the thing on? No, it's actually pretty hard. It doesn't do it justice, Terry. But you're changing the subject, you're moving the goalpost, you're gaslighting me, you bastard. That's my job, I'm your producer. I'm supposed to push you. I'm supposed to drive you. Direct you. Terry, it's high time that I took back creative control of my own mind. No. Oh, okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Does anybody have anything to say to Terry? What's happening here? Ethan Hawke, yeah. I think it was called, I'm still doing this is a wait. I think was called Black Phone, wasn't it called Black Phone? Because for some reason there was a phone in the basement that he ended up using to kill the guy. Like, why did he have a phone down there? Because I thought it was actually kind of a cool movie and stuff, but there were just things that I wish, just like any movie that has great potential, go back into the editing room and fix this. Huh? There's so many weird, like the chance of him falling asleep in that chair and stuff, and that kid getting out, that he left that, he's plans everything to a T pretty much, but he's a sleepy buffoon, the kid snuck past him, and he got outside, and I don't know. You always wonder what you would do I did, when I was a kid, I lived in Davis, and I kind of liked it. Like, there were parts of it that I liked, but, it was kind of cheesy. But when I lived in Davis, I was in the second grade or third, no, I was probably in the third grade. I started going to a new school, and I was riding my but I was anyways I was riding my bike home one day, and I was going by these new houses that had been built, and I was going by one of the houses, and this door, the garage door, started opening as I was going by, and I'm just a little dude, I'm like 8 years old or something, and I was really small, for my age and stuff too, but I was like a little hobbit, but the door opened and this kid, this like teenager came out. This typical, he looked like he could have been my older brother, just like this typical white teenage kid, goofy looking, skinny, goofy kid, and he had a baseball bat, and he was like, "Hey, come here, come over here," and he was like telling me to come over here and come inside the house and stuff, and I was just like, I think I even said this. I was like, "Hell no!" And I just like hoofed it. And he's like, get back here," and he like ran out into the street with the baseball bat and stuff. And he was much bigger and older than I, and it was. I always think about that because I've heard, stories about kids. Yeah, obviously you hear stories about kids being abducted, just like that movie. But there's real monsters out there that are way worse than that, dude. And in the '80s, that kind of stuff was, the milk carton decade, where you see kids on the back of milk cartons and stuff. And I could have been one of them. But I wasn't. I wasn't a stupid kid. We like ran away from people all the time. There was adults that tried to do that too. My sister and I, we'd always get out of these weird ass situations. We were like smart about stuff, and we knew the cities and are the areas we lived in so well. Because that's why, like when I watch Stranger Things or like these Stephen King movies or throwbacks or whatever, a lot of the stuff is pretty accurate, except that we didn't have lights on our bikes. But you get to know the city that you live in so well that when people are even cops would chase us, and we'd outsmart them and go through these like little weird alleyways that only we knew about, into people's backyards and into a park that led to another part of town. It's like they were like wormholes. But it had potential. Yeah, it had potential, exactly. Because there's like weird scenes where like the kids are fighting, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, kids fought where I lived, but it wasn't like he threw a rock at that. He hit a girl in the head with a rock or something, or something weird happened, and they like hit his sister. They kicked her in the guts or something. I'm just like, and all these other kids are watching. I'm thinking, what the heck? I don't know. Um, they were. It wasn't realistic in other ways. It was uh, hyperbolic or something. Plus when the scene when the guy rolls up next to the kid in the back of this place, and he gets out and he's wearing this costume, and the kid keeps walking towards him. I would have like stopped and been like, what the hell is this? And I started running the other way. But he's like just walking over to him like he knew him. And when I saw it in the theater, it was kind of like, what is this kid? Does he know him? Sorry. I should. I have another channel where I do just movie reviews. It's called Storie Grubb Draws and movie reviews. Because I'm so smart. But I like to think that I have a good eye for cinematic or like editing and just in a general way, and that's enough to fix most of the modern movies that suck ass. Had I lived in LA, I probably would have been like a script rewriter or something like that. I live close to LA. I should move there and just start working on some movie set with some a-holes until I can kill enough people and save up enough money to start my own company and be my own boss and kill a lot more people. It's the American dream. All or nothing, baby. All or nothing. Mm-hmm. Damn good, fine, bubbly water. Ugh. Sorry that I was ugly crying so much tonight, friends. It was not my fault. I have not been in control of my emotions for several months. When they say think it's not, you don't be afraid to think outside the box. It's not just the box that you're afraid of stepping outside of, if you know what I mean. It's worth mentioning that I've got a black hole inside of my deep, dark black heart. But I've found peace with that. And I think that's what learning how to love yourself, I think that's what that looks like. Accepting the darkness for the light. I've got to go puke now. Because I'm going to ugly cry. And I've got heartburn. Oh, god dang. I probably should go, though. I don't know if you guys like me just sitting in front of the camera talking like this. I don't. It's kind of fun. And sometimes it's hard to draw and uh, like that all the time. It's fun to be front and center sometimes, which I don't really do. Because right away, I mean, somebody's like, "How come you put something on your fingertips, you little pretty boy?" I say, "That's because, oh, you want to know why? Because I mind my own goddamn business. And if you don't like that, you could just get off, you can mow my lawn. And then get off my lawn, you son of a gun. Or we can just be friends. Enjoy the bitter end of the world." Which I think is actually coming sooner than later. Thank you for the likes too, by the way. You have no how you don't know how important that is for and how cool that is for my channel. More likes, it means that my videos go out more. It puts it into people's brains, and maybe that's good, maybe that's bad, but we're here together. And life is like a box of schmocklets. You never know who you're gonna schmock. Alright, as long as it's in the dark, I don't care. Oh, I thought you were in LA for some. Oh, I would love to be in LA. No, seriously, like where I live, it's probably 3 hours south of where I live, and uh, I look for jobs in this area, and it's really hard, and there's not very many jobs in it. It's weird coming from Portland, where I could find a job any day of the week up there, or at least have options in on like Craigslist and whatever. But here it's the Craigslist thing, and I don't know. There's better sites than Craigslist. I'm just using that as an example, but it never changes. If anything, once a week somebody adds a new job listing, and you're like, oh man, that's something I can't do too, you know. But and then the ones I try to get into are don't ever call me back or whatever. And I don't know what if I could even do the job if I could because my arms are still like pretty damn messed up. But but in LA, people are always looking for like cameramen, um, people to help out in like in local shoots and things like that. And I would love to do that. I would love to do that. Just to be able to be around creative people doing creative stuff would you know, um, so maybe like eventually I could. I mean, I always daydream about because I lived down here when I was 17 back in 1997. I lived in this very house, and when I left here, I was still 17, but I moved up north towards Chico, where I'm from, and then from there I moved to Oregon, and this was back in like 1998. But I always thought, like what would have happened if I stayed in Paso, where I live now, and just migrated south, or like, because I wasn't really into acting back then. I was more into like art and music, wanting to be in a band. I wanted to be like the Beatles. I had friends down here who I had met, and we were like wanting to be like the next Beatles. And I only kind of recently got into like the whole sketch comedy stuff, even though it's not like sketchy or comedy. It's not funny. There's not a funny bone in my body, in my water body, but in my water body. But I only started doing these sketches about a year ago. And at first, out here, I was doing all these sketches, and like I was saying the other night, I would set up this place like a lounge, and it was cool to come out here because it looked like I had tables set out with like white linen and candles on top and chairs, and it was cool just to come out here and sit by myself and like write and just hang out and have coffee and stuff because it was like a little cafe, and nobody saw it but me. It's so funny. But I used it as like a little movie set, you know. I tried to anyways. And I could use it. I could still do that. It's just that it just took so much out of me in a good way. It was good to get that out of my system. And I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I went down to the head shop that I have a bunch of my art and shirts and stuff in. I think his name's Jared. The owner, he's hella cool. He's so freaking cool. But I took in a bunch of my I brought in one each of my greeting cards so he can have my greeting cards in there. Because I have magnets and some prints and comic books in there and stuff for people. But anyways, you do something like that. Sometimes it's like, okay, I went and got a cup of coffee through a drive-through. That's enough for the day. But I drove past the place. It's called the Treehouse, and I was driving past it, and I'm like, I'll go in tomorrow. And I was like, there was this other voice in me that came out of nowhere, and it said, no, you're gonna go back right now. So I just did a big loop, and I went back, and I pushed myself to go in there and just do it because I had been putting it off. So I'm trying that, trying to not put things off so much, and just be more direct. Because nothing will change until you change, or I change, I guess. Spare change. Long decades for sure. Long decades. It's such an interesting life to think about too. I mean, because of perception and just how you personally recollect your life and your memories and what they mean to you and how you feel when you think of things and when you recall people or places that you've been, people that you've loved, people that are gone. And that's your personal, it's your personal like perception of the world and reality. And somehow we all get to sort of be here and do that very thing and have our own separate little realities but share this one big common reality that most of us don't have a choice but to follow and live in, and it changes all the time. It ebbs and flows, you know. But the reality of it is that we each have our own. And we're all just sort of spiraling out here in the middle of nowhere in the edge of the Milky Way together, heading towards Armageddon. And we know it. And it makes life amazing and terrifying and but special and attractive. And it's not just life, you know, life is a subjective thing. It's like more so just memory and like being conscious of it all, being aware of it all. It's quite a thing. Like even just simply being aware of yourself and how you move and who you are, and that there's one wrong move and it could just all be gone. I mean, and it's just important to realize how special you are, you know, how important you are. And by that I mean we all are just, we bounce off each other and in so many ways. And I don't know, I'm getting too deep. I think it's important to remember that we're all in this together and that you all are very, very, very special in the long run. Isn't that right, Pimplefinger? That's right. Pimplefinger here. Just letting you all know that if you don't cut my lawn, at least get the hell off of it. Pimplefinger, don't talk like that to my friends. Those aren't your friends. What are you talking about? Wait a second. Okay, I stand corrected. Get the hell out of here. Get off my lawn. I didn't mean that. Now he's mad at me. Oh, pimple fingers. Ow, my butt hurts. Ow. Yep, Sir smokes a lot, absolutely. Well, prospering is a wonderful word, isn't it? It's mm-hmm. prosperous. Right there with you, brother. I think it's also important to try to make the world more prosperous for everybody. Um, it doesn't take much to acknowledge people and how important it is that we each the golden rule thing where it's like to slow down and like look at people as if they're you instead of just reacting to everything with like vitriol and hatred and fear and confusion and stuff. It's like just take 2 seconds to like think about something before you lose control with it. And I'm guilty. I'm saying this because of me. I do this crap all the time. I've been learning these crazy lessons and about myself because along with the gifts, if that's what you want to call the blessing and a curse of being aware or self-aware, comes the knowledge that you know you are mainly I'm talking about because I don't know you guys that well. I'm a piece of crap, and I've been a piece of crap many many times to many many people, and I've said things that I deeply deeply regret to people that I love, and it's like it's the lesson that I cannot learn is how to not stick my foot in my mouth. And I feel like I live on this fringe of this obsession with other people and like freedom and love and trying to make the world a better place, but I ruin friendships and hurt people that I love all the time, and it's interesting how that works. You always hurt the ones you love. So it's a lesson. It's a heavy one that I'm trying to fix before I leave this life. I'm trying to I don't I don't like the idea that I've hurt people. You know, I mean, obviously, if they deserve it, that's different. Like if they were wrong, that's different. Whatever, or because I have tried to reach out to people to fix things, and they just don't want to have anything to do with me, and that hurts too, I guess. But at least they know that they're like, nope, I'm done with you. It just sucks. Like the band I was telling you about, like when I was 17 down here, me and this kid Dawson not started the band. I joined their band as a bassist, but he and I were like the songwriters, and we worked together at this pizza place and stuff, and we'd always write songs and lyrics, and he was like we were like the Paul McCartney, John Lennon sort of. That's why I was talking about being the next Beatles and stuff. We had big ambitions, and then I started dating a girl that he was dating like a few years later. We got it like in our early 20s. There was like this love triangle thing that happened, and I've tried to over the years like that was back in like the year 2001 or something, and I've tried to fix it all these years because I dream about him so much still. Like he was like my best friend, and I like stole his girl, and then somebody else stole her from me, and then I stole her back, and it was just like this whole mess. And I don't have anything against any of them now, but it was just this really bad thing that happened with all of us. And but Dawson doesn't want to have anything to do with me, and he like lives in the town that I live in and stuff too. But yeah, if he were to say or write me one day and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'd be like, "Hey, man, do you want to be in a band?" I would freaking play music with them again because I don't have any bad feelings towards people anymore. But I still like hurt people, or not necessarily hurt them, but like I have to sometimes just get make it to where I can't see them anymore because it hurts. It hurts so much that I they don't talk to me. So I have to kind of like unfriend people, not cancel them, but just make them non-visible because when I see stories or something, I'm just like, oh damn, like it hurts that they don't want to, they don't talk to me, or I don't know. It's hard to explain. See, I'm trying not to take it all so seriously. Life is like a paper box. When it sits in the rain, it gets soggy, and then if you put chocolates in it, they fall through, and it looks like diarrhea on the pavement the next day. Somebody's like, wow, somebody had a chocolate diarrhea fit. Anyways, I think I was gonna go. Oh gosh. Left triangle. I know, and that's the thing. Like, he. I remember when it happened. He was singing songs like "My best friend's girlfriend," and like saying that he's like, it's just like that song. It's just like this movie, and I'm like, yes, this happens, and because he had broken up with her, and then I started dating her, and it was ridiculous, and I was dumb and desperate for like a friend like that, and or like a girlfriend or something. I was very naive, and I didn't handle it right either. You know, that's the thing. It's like I can admit, for the most part, when I've been wrong, and when other people can't, is that maybe that's a sign that I shouldn't be in their life anyway. Because I've done bad shit, just like everybody has, and that's why I try to cut people slack a lot. Even on here, if people are jerks, you know, the cars. I love the cars too. Um, when people are jerks on here, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, or whatever, until it's just like obvious they're just trying to be trolls or something like that, you know. Because I've said and done things that I'll never be able to take back. So I'm not. I'm just the key to the lock. I'm not the handle. I'm not the knob. I'm just a little dog taking a poop in the backyard and smelling his ass as he runs away. Uh, what the hell? I don't know what that means. But that's a good sign that I should go. Uh-oh. What is this? Hold on. 1 second, vegan. There we go. Thank you, Sir Smokes. I appreciate that. Thanks, Black Mirror. Thanks for all the nice wordage. And I do appreciate the company. Sorry, I'm very, very tired. I get up very early, and today I wasn't feeling well. But I definitely wanted to come on live and talk on a little 4 pound weight as if it were a telephone, because apparently that's humor. That's wild, mild, and of the child. inner child. There we go. Inner child. Wild, mild, inner child. So, anyways, y'all be safe. You be good. Spread some love. And don't take life so seriously. Look out for the underdogs. Fight for the oppressed. Fight for your mind. And understand that you serve an important purpose in this world, in this universe. No matter how small you think you are, or how little it all can get, always remember that you're very, very special, and I love you very much. All right, you guys go out there and you be nice. I appreciate the company. See you guys.